here on YouTube, and I'm aware of the irony of that, but I want to let you know that my social media is 100% for business. And I wouldn't necessarily qualify YouTube as part of the rest of the social media, in the sense of, I'm hoping most of you guys are looking at YouTube primarily for education. It's less of a lifestyle brand than, say, something like Instagram is. But I just wanted to give you guys that caveat to start the video off, to recognize that I am in what would be a perfect social media post for clout and front chasing and selling you guys a bunch of bullshit. But let me tell you this, I didn't want to do a video today. I dragged ass through my workout, which was grueling. I'm moving to another place, and that's the reality of most people on social media. It is a highlight reel, and it is not their reality. I could blow your mind with some of the motorcycle trips that I took through Thailand and all these cool places, and that I stayed in Asia, videos with girls that I was dating. But some of those times I wasn't even happy. Some of those times I was super happy. Either way, it's a lie. This whole digital nomad thing that people are selling you is a fucking lie. A lot of digital nomads are lonely. They don't have a lot of friends in the city. They post travel pictures because for them, they feel like they outsmarted their parents with their boomer middle-class materialism. What they don't realize is that passport stamps and social media pictures on Instagram have become their new materialism. So instead of showing off the things that they have, they think they're above that and consider themselves minimalist, and they show off the experiences that they have to no one. That's the funny thing. Unless it's your business and you're making money, you're posting into a void. You know, there might be a couple thousand people that follow you, but most of them don't give a shit about you, man. They're not even thinking about you. Maybe you get a like. Nobody cares. How many of those people would help you move? And then how many would help you move at the last minute? Maybe 3 or 4. But if you're a nomad traveling around, probably 0. That's the reality. Everyone that I care about's in my WhatsApp, either clients, friends, or families. Not that I don't care about you guys. I love you guys. But this is also my business. You know, if I didn't have a business, I wouldn't be posting on social media, because I would have been devoting the rest of my time to my business. Okay? I care about all the comments. I care about the support. I care about future clients. I care that I can help you guys. I just wouldn't have time to do all this stuff if it wasn't my primary business, because I would be focusing on my primary business, which was going to pay for my life and give me the kind of lifestyle that I want. And this is a big problem, especially for the younger generation. I was speaking with a client who's doing very well, and we traced a lot of his social anxiety to his Instagram feed, because he's still got a few guys from high school on there who told him that he couldn't do what he's doing, and it's very important for him to prove them wrong. And this extends even to approaching girls. He's got them in his imaginary audience. What would those guys that I'm still in touch with on Instagram from high school, who are super negative, think about me getting rejected by these girls? And the social media clout chasing, and I think Instagram is the place where people do this now. It used to be Facebook, now it's mostly Instagram. It's a double-edged sword, okay? You get puffed up on pride from posting your bullshit highlight reel. Like, this is a perfect highlight reel video, isn't it? You know? And I'm telling you guys, I just woke up from a fucking nap. I didn't even want to do it. Okay, it's just on my schedule. The last couple of days I've been fighting off kind of a low mood, actually, because I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna go next, and handling these personal projects and taking off these other things off my task list. I mean, the couples that are posting the super happy pictures on Facebook, I mean, you've got no idea whether they're happy or not. Probably not if they're doing that all the time, because they're living an image. And it's a major double-edged sword, because you get puffed up on the pride and the likes, but then now you've put yourself in the position of guru and influencer, and if you buy into your own bullshit, then the shame is going to come with that, the fall. I've seen a couple of guys in my industry who put themselves up pretty high, and they, you know, took a lot of their stuff down. They went Christian, and that was what was happening, those peaks and waves. And you know, you feel like a superstar because some people that don't care about you liked you on Instagram, and then you feel low because now you're getting less messages and you're getting less whatever. And you know, it's a double-edged sword. I stopped checking subscriber count a long time ago. I stopped checking comments. I just started living in the work, you know. And this whole guru thing just became like, it was like being a player when I was younger. It was super cool for like a year and a half, and then it became the new normal. And I realized, for me to avoid those traps and those pitfalls and blowing up and then crashing, I need to remove myself from getting pride off of all this bullshit. I need to remove myself from being that guru and having those standards for myself 24/7, because it was a big weight when I started doing these videos and having, you know, some success and having people's lives in my hand. And I'm telling you, it was probably like a net even, you know, probably evened out the highs and the lows. Just like in the active player stage I had in my, I guess, late 20s, kind of evened out after the first year and a half when it was this new novel thing. So you're gonna pay a price for pride when you puff yourself up beyond where you truly think you are in your mind, in your true conscience. That shame smackdown is coming for you, guaranteed. John DeMartini talks about this a lot, and he's my favorite personal development guy right now, by far. We have an internal thermostat, and if we puff ourselves up with pride too much, the inevitable swing will come back down with the shame. And that's why you'll see a lot of people who tend towards that narcissism spectrum. I think narcissism's misdiagnosed. It's like they have a super high self-esteem, but they also have a super low self-esteem and shame when they're taking losses, or when the highs that they were getting no longer are pushing them forward. Like, you know, their business is it slowed for whatever reason, or their social media slowed for whatever reason. They need the constant highs to keep up that inflated sense of pride, or it comes smash back down to the ground. Same thing you see with celebrities all the time. They get in a scandal, or their movie flops, and they go into massive depression with the pills and with the suicide and all that stuff. Whereas most people would take, hey, I'll take 30 million in a flop movie, because you're, you know, but you hadn't eaten all those payoffs. You hadn't pushed your pride up so high. Your pride's at a lower range. So Instagram, especially in Facebook, what that does is it creates that mini celebrity culture, and it puts you in that same boat, and encourages you to spend a ton of your time curating your bullshit live and image on social media for a bunch of people who don't give a fuck, who are doing the same thing. And the reason they don't give a fuck is because they're spending all their time worrying about their insecurities, their issues, and curating their fake bullshit persona on Instagram or social media. Doesn't matter if it's, you know, what the niche is, vegan, bodybuilder, digital nomad, any of those things. They didn't post a picture of the shit they took that morning, or the anxiety they felt at 8 p.m., or the low mood they felt at the dentist office. It's a highlight reel. Now, I will say this, if you're a young guy, I mean, I encourage the vast majority of guys not to have social media accounts, or at least I used to, unless it's for business. If it's for business, social media is fantastic. And if you're going to use social media, like if you have Facebook and YouTube and all you're doing is watching, you know, personal development videos, and like, I think YouTube by far is a fantastic resource for that kind of stuff, and you're listening to the podcasts and stuff, that's great. Like, that's a way to use the platform instead of the platform to use you, or vice versa. You're putting out positive content for your business that's helping people and helping them move forward, and, you're not portraying like a bullshit image, and you're being honest with people, and you're adding value, and you're helping people for the better, then using social media and using it to get paid is fantastic. So this is not just a blanket statement like social media in itself is garbage. It's just a tool. But the way that most people use the tool and look at the tool is hurting them. And even worse than that, worrying about curating your own images when you sit there on Facebook or Instagram scrolling through other people doing better than you, which a lot of my clients have had problems with, and we've moved them forward by either getting rid of the Instagram or just giving them like 30 minutes a day to look. I mean, when you're playing the comparison game 24/7 or 2-3 hours a day, you're never going to feel good, because there's never going to be a point in time where someone's not doing better than you. I think it's useful to some extent to look ahead of seeing people that are doing better as a target to hit. But when you're on there and you're spending the bulk of your day looking at girls out of your league and guys who are doing better than you, and I've had this problem with a number of my clients, especially the younger guys, it only hurts you. And these were guys who were doing well. These are guys who, good-looking guys who are doing well. Maybe they weren't making 30 grand a month, but 23, 24 years old, on that path, on the way to be doing that. So not only will it kill you in terms of time spent posting, curating, and trying to live up to some bullshit image, it's going to kill you when you're looking at other people's images and comparing your life to those. Because your life, first of all, someone's always going to be doing better. So if you're playing that comparison game, it's always going to be a loss for you. Number two, they're lying and posting their highlight reel. So you compare your life where you know the full extent of yourself, you're with yourself 24/7, you can't take a vacation from yourself even if you wanted to somebody else's highlight reel, okay? And they're lying on there. They're fucking lying, all right? That is not their life. That's nobody's life, okay? And of course you're gonna feel bad. On average, I think social media makes people feel worse than it does better. It distracts them from working on their own business and becoming financially free. Takes 2 or 3 hours out of your day. Distracts you from the other content that you could be watching if you weren't focusing on your business and your goals and going to the gym. Positive, empowering content, like Dr. John DeMartini. And I mean, you can look at the studies, man. I mean, the studies are showing people are addicted to their phone. Like when you're scrolling through Facebook for 2 hours, you always feel worse. You're always going to feel worse. Almost like if you're looking through other people's Facebooks.